You're a student stuck on calculus, chemistry, or some other problem in the middle of the night, and today, thanks to video tutorial services, students can get fast help 24/7 if they can just plow through all the clutter to find the right link that explains it all. Well, join us with some advice to help us with that GPA and lower the student frustration is ACE online tutor and entrepreneur Johnny Betancourt. Johnny, how you doing today?
Brad, it's great to be here.
Hey, Johnny, I got to ask you, what made you want to start a tutoring company for students like this?
Yep, so I started off just as a private tutor, chemistry tutor, and I noticed two main insights with the students that I used to tutor. The first one was that students are so lost with this course material, they don't even know which questions to ask their tutors. So they really need a lot of help. And the second insight was that students are terrified of learning the wrong thing. They want to make sure that if they're consuming an educational resource, whether it's a tutor session or whether it's a video, that it's relevant to their exam. So what me and my team did is we created a set of online tutorials that explained everything from class step by step so that students could watch it on their own time, but it was also textbook specific. So a student could go to the textbook they need help with, click on it, watch specific videos that were relevant for their textbook, and they would know that that material would help them with their exam. So we were able to make something that was really comprehensive and really relevant for students.
Wow, I wish I was around when I was needing it. So let me ask you, what are the three key learning tools to help students understand and retain the information?
Yep, so this has changed over time, but what we see, really common now is, first of all, online video. I'm a huge advocate for it. And what we're seeing is that students are increasingly turning towards online video as a supplement for their learning. Second is textbooks. They've been around forever. They're old school, but they still have a lot of that necessary information that you're not going to find anywhere else for your class. So students should lean on their textbooks. Thirdly, we have this new collection of digital resources that are available to students. I'm talking about things like digital note-taking apps, flashcards, interactive practice problems, and audiobooks. And these resources, when combined with the others that I mentioned, can really help a student to solidify their knowledge. And I'm excited to share that Pearson Plus is an app that's combined all of these resources in one convenient place for students. And it's specific to over 1,500 different e-textbooks. So if a student is struggling, let's say in chapter 7 of chemistry, they could go to Pearson Plus, they could find their textbook, and they would have access to the e-text, additional resources, and those helpful video tutorials that might help them to round out their knowledge. And all that's available for the price of an average streaming service. So it represents a huge breakthrough in affordability for students.
Yeah, man, that is so cool that they're able to get that kind of course, teaching done with them. But I got to ask you, what about those who are struggling? What kind of advice do you have to help them get over that hurdle of some of the things they're going through on their learning process?
Yep. So what I noticed, again, this is from my experience tutoring thousands of students. The students that were able to go from good to great were the ones that were able to create concept maps in their mind around the material. If you have stories, memory tools, mental models around how this information relates to each other and how it builds, a student will perform much better on a test. If they relate to the information as just random pieces of information to be memorized, they're going to have a harder time finding that information later when it comes to the exam. So what I encourage my students to do is find the study tools and the study resources that allow them to build those concept maps for themselves. And again, I'm a huge advocate of online video. I think video is one of the most effective ways for students to do that.
Yeah. What about studying? What advice do you have for them to help them in their study habits?
One thing that I always check in on with my students is their study environment. Similar to sleep, if you're trying to get a really good night's sleep, you're recommended to make certain changes to your environment that are conducive to good sleep. Same thing with studying. It's a good habit that needs routine. So that means that a student should have a place to go to study that they like studying, with times of the day that work for them, that work for their circadian rhythm. When they're the most alert and when they are free from distractions, and also with tools that they know are effective for them. And if students are able to build a good routine and maintain it throughout the semester, they're going to see a lot more productivity out of those study sessions.
Yeah. Johnny, I love this because I'm old school, of course, being in the classroom and everything, but we knew with the pandemic, the kids started to move to learn online. They were doing it already by watching all the social media stuff and, YouTubing, and they're learning like how to repair cars and stuff. So this is great. It's helping them now in their realm learn how to do their science, their calculus and everything so much better and fun and everything. I think it's awesome. So where can people find more information about, of course, this amazing tool?
Yeah, Brad. So all of this information can be found at channels.pearson.com.
Oh, perfect. Johnny, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no problem. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Talk to you next time.